I want to ask Natalia right now. Are you really happy with what you're doing?
I am.
How happy are you?
Totally.
From 1 to 10, how happy are you?
I'm happy around 8.
Okay.
Because I would add more sustainability to my actions, what I'm doing, because it's always a matter of unpredictability and short-term projects. Even coordinating Tampere ambassador, it was the short contract, and it's always, I know that it's kind of thing in Finland, not right now, quite popular, of subcontracting services for the short period, like half a year, and after that the person starts to search for other project or some reapply to the same position. So that's kind of feeling always in slight tension.
But just two. Two is so small. It's 8. So 2 is just small. You get there to 10. But you know, there's also another question I want to ask. It's tricky, and this question also is most people try to avoid the question. But I hope you will avoid it this time around. You know, being a foreigner in Finland to start a business is difficult. Become an entrepreneur in Finland, in Tampere, which is still developing, and I believe you went through some difficult processes until where you are at now. So, what do you think are some of the problems that foreigners face in Finland when it comes to starting a business or becoming an entrepreneur? And what do you think can we do about it?
I think that, of course, when I was starting, I was meeting a lot of problems, like adjusting to the culture, adjusting to the business culture. There's two different things. There's
Culture and business culture.
Culture and business culture is different. Also, trying to reconsider yourself in terms of what kind of your skills and expertise are actual and demanded here. Because let's say that before I moved, I had already a career, and I was kind of very confident professional in my place.
And active,
but when I came here, I'm like a zero. That's not the main problem. The main problem is that you don't know what will be what sides of your personality will be required, and then you are in the situation of the personal of the big personal challenge. You have to adjust, and you have to forget all the frameworks, all the styles, all the concepts, all your achievements which you had before. You are like totally zero.
Square one.
Yes. And at this point, you are starting to rebirth and to match yourself. But for that, you need to understand the society, how the society works. And for many foreigners, it is hard to get in the society, because Finnish society is kind of closed one. You cannot just speak to the person and get a job on the next day, as I had in America, as I had in Malta. Here, never. Here, to get a job, you need to have the education, the language, the style of communication, the confidence, and a lot of competence. Because Finnish skills first is the most qualified in the world. So, and then you face that you need to get all these things, but where do you get it? And then you start to find some platforms, Tampere ambassadors, tribe, some educational courses, some role model people. So for me, that was, I would say, the difficult way. But now I understand that it was like a normal way, which all of us go through.
And that's why I'm happy to bring people like you to this show, So that because in the future, I believe many people might come and watch the show and be connected with people like you who can give them information. I mean, from one person to another, like being part of the ambassador is also a wide range of network that people can become, like can network with people and learn so many things that that can help them in their careers to build them up. But I have another question for you. This is the last question. Hopefully, it might be the last question, but I believe it's not going to be the last question because each time you say something, another question pop up.
Okay.
Yeah. You have, I should say you are successful. Let me say you are a successful person, and you start from somewhere to now where you are right now. You came 3 years ago, and where you are is like you have a clear vision where you are going to. But there are people out there who might be struggling with your vision, or people who have this vision, but there are some issues that the thing is not good for them, or maybe what can you say to encourage this person who is watching you right now, who is engaged in something and they are having these difficulties, or they are thinking, okay, they have this idea, but they cannot do it because they don't have the resources to make it happen. What can you say to this person?
This is a very good question. From my experience and also being a psychologist on the first education, I want to say that the way of adaptation to another culture, to another country, it is every time individual. And it is hard to give some common frameworks.
Okay.
And what I want to say to the people is that keep your own way and believe in yourself, and always consider your strong sides.
Yeah.
And try to play with them and to put an accent on them. Never think that, okay, I need to have this and this and that, and this I don't have, and I'm like a zero. Start from yourself, but also at the same time consider the society.
Okay.
And once you learn more about yourself and you interact with the society in different projects, you will understand what works, what doesn't work.
Yeah.
Because for me, it was not like I came here and I had the clear vision from the beginning and I was just trying to go step by step. I have to say that I was doing a lot of things which I just stopped doing because they didn't work. It was being a photographer, being a travel guide. These things this thing is a separate project.
Yeah.
But in some reason I started to leave them to aim for more,
Yeah.
which is more appropriate to me.
Yeah.
And more appropriate to the situation.
Yeah.
Also, I would advise to have the very good role models. This
Okay.
is important, because when you come and you have a lot of people who will be speaking with you, okay, here in Finland is like that, here in Finland is like this,
Yeah.
and being a newcomer, you will really listen to them, and they will make a kind of your own picture. But don't let the things go like that.
Yeah.
Make this picture by your own actions,
Yeah.
but not by other people's words,
Yeah.
especially when these words are negative.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people in Finland who hasn't adjusted successfully,
Yeah.
and they speak about problems constantly.
Yeah.
And they will tell you that without Finnish you will not find a job. Finnish, they are kind of not very welcome to newcomers, and that's very hard to get in, and you have to this and this and that. But never believe that's just a stereotype. But the way how your own path develops,
Yeah.
that's not about following the stereotype.
Yeah.
That's about personal growth, about your own path, about living your life.
Yeah.
And that's just something not about listening to those things.
Yeah.
And finding a good role model,
Yeah.
or keeping this role model for yourself, but also listening to your own ideas and being active.
Yeah.
So I would also add about the art of the small steps.
Okay.
So just go and get in and get active. You will never be ready, you will never get enough knowledge, you will never have enough understanding until you start just doing things. And also, that's important of thing of cultural adaptation is getting some sisu. This is important in Finland. And here I learned what it means.
Okay.
Despite of any disappointment, of any bad experience, you just go on.
Okay.
And this is very important. Another important thing is the networking. And when you don't do it automatically because you heard about it in some training, but you do it with your heart, because when you meet people and they feel either you just communicate to get some result, or you communicate just to know the person and to get in touch. That's another thing. And also never mind doing things for help or to get experience or for free.
Yeah.
Because I know there are people which complain that you have to do this and I expect the salary from the first day.
Yeah.
I think that Finland is a country of the mutual support.
Yeah.
And when you make this support, people start to feel that you
are giving something to this.
You're giving and you are valuable, you bring value. You don't calculate every second and every dollar and every euro. You're just enjoying doing things and making things for better. And this is something I think very cultural.
Cultural. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. You see, she has mentioned everything. I don't know what I can add yet. I mean, but all I can do right now is to rephrase what she mentioned. Finding a role model, finding that person who can actually be your role model and rely on your strength. Don't try to think on so many things that people will say to you about Finland, Tampere. Try to see what you can offer to the community and to yourself. What are you good at? That's an important aspect that if you develop, if you notice about yourself, you'll be able to find a clear path for yourself and also something to do to help the community. And one more thing, the last one. Mm-hmm. There's no question is coming more. When I always have female guests, I'm so happy because in the past, the world has been in the past that when women were not given the opportunity to actually do what they want to do, and in many societies, or even in Finland, there are women who still feel like that because maybe they have surrounded themselves with people who make them feel that they are not worthy, or because just because they are women. And what can you say to a woman who has this feeling that I'm not good enough, something like that?
This is a very good question, and I have to say that in Finland I feel much more comfortable being active as a woman and being supported and trusted and respected. So I would say that Finland is a great place for an active woman who can combine family and work. And but also to the women in other countries, I would say that just believe in yourself and follow your path. Self-confidence, and don't listen to anybody who will just gossips or some people who will say that you have to fit in this role.
Yeah.
So if you feel this role is way too narrow for you, just don't be afraid to break these frames and stereotypes. And I like this proverb. It says that good girls go to the paradise, and bad girls go whenever they want.
Yeah.
So don't be afraid to be a bad girl.
Yeah.
Follow your own morality.
Yeah, your own path. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's this one slang that I always make. It's in law, legal slang. Nemo that could not have it. It means you cannot give what you don't have. Mm-hmm. If you can give something, it means it's what you have. If you cannot give it, it means it's what you don't have. But guys, I'm happy that you stay with us until the end of the show. And I believe that the content that Natalia has provided to us right now to the show has been so beneficial to you, and I believe that you can reach her in so many ways. You can join the Tampere ambassador, or if you are abroad, or if you are somewhere else, you can maybe try to get her LinkedIn and contact her, ask her the questions. She has traveled around the world in so many countries, and she can give you advice, or maybe connect you with someone who might be in way like in the country where you are, who can help you in one or two things. But Natalia, thank you for being part of the show. I'm happy.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
It was very interesting.
Yeah.
Great questions, and you managed to get all my experience in a very interesting and positive way.
Yeah, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Have a nice day.
You too.
Bye bye, guys.
Bye.